We bought this 110-year-old house earlier this year and spent the last 7 months planning, designing, shopping for finishes, demoing, learning, and even building a few walls ourselves. But this week, professional framers are here to help, and it feels like we're finally building. This portion of today's video is sponsored by Credit Karma, and I've actually been a Credit Karma member since 2013. But for the majority of the past however many years, I really only used them to check my credit score. But now Credit Karma offers so much more than just the ability to check your score. From a personalized mix of credit card and loan offers, all based on your personal credit profile with complete transparency, and they also help you understand which of those offers you're more likely to get approved for. This information was obviously so helpful earlier this year when we bought our first house and plan to spend quite a bit on the renovations of it. So whether you're looking to buy a new house or just to make smaller upgrades to your existing one, Credit Karma will offer a personalized mix of offers so you know which ones you're more likely to get approved for. Because personally, when it comes to credit and loans and understanding what it's all about and what to do and not to do for good credit, it could just all be super overwhelming. So I actually have the Credit Karma app downloaded to my phone so that I can easily access my credit, and through Credit Karma's credit cards and personal loans marketplace, we can easily access offers, get a better understanding of what they are and our approval odds. The Credit Karma app is completely free to download, and the information that they provide about your credit and offers is so valuable. So you can download it today, and a big thank you to Credit Karma for sponsoring this portion of today's video.
Good morning. It's actually really early right now. It's about 6:45 and the framers are coming today. It's happening. I mean, someone working down there other than me. So there are a few things that I want to go down there and work on. My dad's going to come help me. I waited on purpose for these last few things because it basically exposes the front of the house, and I didn't want to do that until they were coming to frame it up. But that weird second door needs to come out so that they could put the windows, and then the window that's currently in that front room is going to become a double window in the dining room, and then like some weird lights that are kind of in the way. So we're gonna head down there right now, and I think they're gonna be there around 8, they said. So we got about an hour to do those things. So my dad's gonna help me. I'm gonna move everything out of their way, and they're gonna get started framing all of these things, all the things. I'll see you guys there.
We're driving down the boulevard, cruising with the windows down, feeling like we're on this town. Your song is on the radio, the one you always like, the one that always gets you psyched. We've been drinking all the cheap wine all night, acting stupid but it feels so right. I know that we will all be just fine, but tonight
They are here. They are working. I'm so excited. They're gonna be doing so much. I can hear it. I love that sound. They're gonna be doing so much stuff over the next few days, from framing out the windows, the new doors, where they're gonna go, the openings from the entryway to the kitchen, the fireplace, all of that type of stuff. So I'm gonna focus on the windows and the doors. French doors are gonna go for the porch. I can't express how happy this makes me. I'm just so happy that they're working so much. It's so good. I love them. I love anyone that comes and works on my house. Like, for real. It's the best ever. You guys, we've been building. They did this. There are some things
that need to be fixed. Just some tweaks. That's okay because have a good eye and I measure things. And also the house is boarded up because yesterday my dad, my mom, and I almost killed ourselves boarding up and putting plastic on the windows because a huge storm was coming. And yes, I know, totally jinxed myself. And then we boarded it all up and it didn't even rain here. I was so upset. Oh, I think the universe knew I was so aggravated with all of the rain that it just was like, okay, we'll just skip you. And it just went right around. But then we had done all of this work. So I want to show you around regardless. Obviously, if you guys have been following along, you know my plans and my floor plan for the house and how it's going to flow. But basically, you're the front door. You walk in and you walk this way. To my left is the kitchen and to my right is the living room, and straight will be the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the laundry room situation. So, if you turn this way with me, ignore the pieces of wood that we have around, you know, construction zone. Welcome to the living room. There's no boards here. Actually, these were not load bearing. I wasn't sure. That's why we wanted professionals to come out and definitely take a look at what was load bearing. I didn't remove anything that was questionable in my head that was load bearing, but that was basically just load bearing from that old chimney that was there that we took down, obviously, because it was just added weight in the ceiling. They took those off, so I just have to have a metal cutter to cut the gas lines. I kind of want someone else to do that too, so that when they put the new gas lines, they just remove the old ones. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But they've already started framing up the fireplace, which is here, obviously. I want part of the fireplace to stick out the side of the house. So they're gonna be building a slab and pouring a slab underneath to support all of the limestone detail that I want on the house. So we needed to wait for that. So we just boarded it up. We kept the inside frame there, ready to go for the next phase. Also, I have an update. If you guys remember, I wanted to vault this ceiling, and it was possible. It obviously would have cost me some money to have the framer actually build and frame the new ceiling inside, because we had to have enough room for the ductwork to go, for the air conditioner, and just space in general. We measured outside how much of a vault in the center would I actually gain for how much it was going to cost. And it's not like we have 8, 9, 10, or 11-foot ceilings. We have 12-foot ceilings in here, which is incredible, which was my favorite part of this house in general. We would have only gained about 5 foot. So it would have been more like a this kind of shape, not a this kind of shape, not a this kind of shape. It would have been like, kind of like this. We no longer are vaulting this ceiling. The house naturally has a very squared off look. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. And then here are 2 new holes for the 2 new windows that we're gonna be putting here. So they framed out the actual window hole, and then I'm gonna come back with these little babies and put these in. And then we're redoing the windows and working on that so that we can really get the house dried in. That's a priority. And then over on this side is where our 2 French doors are gonna go out to the outside patio. Obsessed. So they framed that out. That's actually one of the things that they need to fix. It's not wide enough. And I had that paper, you guys. I think I was thorough, but building, you know, you just gotta double check, have them change it. It's really not a big deal. They just gotta change it. And then if we come right over here, this is going to stay unchanged. This is gonna be the entryway to the addition. So we're going to be pouring the slab for the addition really soon. And then, welcome to our new entryway to the kitchen. You guys, look at this. Look at this. I didn't want that wall completely open. I wanted to keep some of the foyer feel when you enter, just to give it a little bit of separation, but also have a 9-foot entry. Once you are in the kitchen, you'll see something's missing and something's wrong. This is a window. It's too high. They messed up. It's too high. All of the windows in the space are supposed to be the same height. All of the windows in the whole house are supposed to be the same height. So you can see that white one over there. that window and this window are supposed to be exactly the same at its opening. So there will be another window on the other side that are those really pretty boxed windows that I want. So that wall is built out 10 inches, but they haven't cut that window yet because on the other side, on the outside, is the meter, the electrical meter. The electrical company to come out and actually move the meter off of the house so that we can do that part, and then that kitchen wall is gonna be complete once they fix the window heights. If you move to your left, this is our dining room that also has 2 windows now. There's a huge tree outside, which is beautiful. Did shade a lot of that area, and just to let a lot more soft light come in, we changed it to 2, which I think balances the house a little more. And I love it. This is where the kitchen starts with this wall. So this is all dining room space. We have plenty of room for a beautiful long dining room table, a beautiful chandelier above it. And then if I turn you around, if we go this way, this way, you guys have seen this already. I did this. My mom and I put up all of the framing for this area. So this is what, except for this one wall that they put up right here. So now this is the entry to go into this area that we have the pantry, the coffee pantry, and also the back door. And you guys saw me cut that too. I cut the back door out and they just framed up the rest of it so that we could really build out this 10-inch wall in the kitchen. I'm in the hallway. So I actually did build part of this hallway, but they finished it out. So they actually opened up the hallway here to 5 foot. So that's where you're gonna come from. I think it's a little bit hard to visualize on camera. This is gonna be the entrance to the hallway, not walking through the wall like I just did. So once you go this way, you're gonna come out over here and then walk this way and go down the hallway here. You'll turn here, and this is the door to the guest bedroom. So that is right here, really close to the hallway actually, right when you turn the corner. And then you keep walking down the hallway into more hallway plus the guest bathroom. So this room actually hasn't had anything done in it. Still the windows that need to go in there in the guest bathroom, because there was a lot of conversation about this space. This space used to be their kitchen, which was an add-on. So on top, it actually has a sloped roof. Contractor and framer both suggested that I just raise the roof to 12 foot like the rest of the house, that we can complete the gable on the top, the roof line. Do we have to raise the ceiling in order to make the gable work? And it kind of just kept being a conversation, and I was like, I like this room weird. You know why? Because all of the beadboard in here is original. I would lose it all. They'd have to put in all new boards. This room might as well have been torn down, and that wasn't what I wanted. And I know that it's a weird sloped roof, but I'm kind of into it. I don't know if I'm messing up by making that decision, but I feel really good about it being original. And it has like the original hole where they used to have a stove. I'm into it, okay? Because this will open up from here to here will open up. Once we go outside of this, just go back up to 12 foot. But it just kind of shoots back up on the inside. The outside remains the same roof line, all the way back. I wanna keep it just weird and odd like this. Thank you. So that was the tour of what they've done so far. There are a few more things, obviously. They have to do the other window. They have to come back and fix the little things that are weird. And now that we've definitely decided, and I put my foot down this morning, that I really want that guest bathroom to stay exactly the same, and I don't want to raise the ceiling in there, they can now do that. So they're going to put the storage in there that I wanted, frame up the front where you enter in the door, and also put the windows in instead of having that one really long window. I can start putting things back in. We're like building, you guys. We are building. So some of the things that I would like to do today, here's my list, my to-do list. I would love to put back some of the wainscoting now that the walls are in. The wainscoting here continues to the trim. The wainscoting underneath the window can be put now that those are all framed out. They had to take all of that off. Also here, I can do it here, have it come out. It's not gonna be drywall behind it. The drywall is gonna start above it, so it can go back up with no problem and be totally fine. Also, I can do it all in the living room. I have all of the wainscoting, the beadboard, everything in here. I've really tried to keep everything together, so all of the stained wainscoting versus the painted wainscoting versus the painted or stained trim for the windows and the entryways and the doors and stuff. So it's kind of all grouped together, so I really know where everything is. This is all painted wainscoting and it's tongue and groove. So we're gonna put it in just like I did the floor. At least that's what I'm thinking. Put it in, slip it in, nail it, slip it in, nail it, slip it in. You guys, sometimes I think everything's so easy and it takes me like 4 days. I was thinking it might be a good idea if I go ahead and sand these a little bit before I install them, the wainscoting. Ridge here, which I feel like might be harder to sand when they're up. Obviously the ones that are up are gonna stay up just a little bit. 10 minutes. So I was just looking at it right now. So if this goes in here, also I'm working backwards, which is gonna be really hard, but this goes here, there's nothing to nail into right here. There's no board. I'm gonna cut some 2x4s and actually put them this way so that I can nail in the wainscoting on the bottom part, and then they can screw in the sheetrock on the top part of this board. So I'm gonna have to put one on each side. I think that'll do. I just nailed them into the sides, one on each side. I think that'll work. Normally you'd put them in going this way so that you can nail in to the side. Since the top and the bottom of the wainscoting is covered by trim, I'm gonna do it at the top and at the bottom. Since I don't have my mallet, I left it at home, I can use a scrap piece that has a groove, and I'll just use that and then hammer that in. I'm being resourceful. I love this rod, look at that.
I like to think I'm kinda tough. Sometimes I feel invincible. I feel like I got the bad stuff. I feel like I'm in control. Until you got inside my head with something new. Now I can't sleep in this bed just thinking about how I'd be lost without you. You're gonna take me out.
This side already has, obviously, something for us to nail into.
I can hold my breath under the water. Yeah, I can take the pain.
And then down here, we're doing littles.
I wouldn't last a second without your love. No, I couldn't last a second without your love. Lock me outside, leave me in the cold. Abandon me here, fear me to the walls. But I wouldn't last a second without your love. No, I couldn't last a second without your love.
Okay, it's a new day. Actually, it's been 2 days because I was working on all this wainscoting. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, we got more to do. So I came down here yesterday to work on this, and I plugged in the sander. I was getting ready to go, and nothing was working. I was like, oh my gosh, I broke my dad's sander. And then I look up and the meter is gone. So the electrical company came out and disconnected the meter because we actually have to move the meter off the house. So you can see the meter was right here, but it has to come off the house because right there, literally, like right where the meter was where the other window in the kitchen's gonna go. Today, unfortunately, is gonna be a little loud. My dad is letting me borrow his generator so that we have power for the nail gun and this, that, and the other. So we're gonna be working off of that today to finish our wainscoting, to do some flooring. I was looking first, I'm gonna do this part down here underneath the windows, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't put any electrical outlets there, you know, because I don't want the electricians to have to struggle, you know, cutting a hole. That's counterproductive. So I did not. Well, I didn't think I did because this is underneath the windows. So all I have is right here. I just have 2 switches. It's gonna go right here that they have to cut anyways. So they'll do that, but I can put the wainscoting. Which feels very backwards. backwards, and it probably is. It feels like it's not really the first thing that I should be doing, but I'm trying to keep going, and I'm waiting on some siding. It won't come until next week. I'm waiting on the framers to come back so that I can do the windows. And I just feel like I'm in this mode of I want to keep working. Pulled out a piece of flooring, salvage flooring from Fox Run again, to see, but the space is wider than a board, which is super disappointing. Unless I took 2 pieces up, because really what's wrong with it is this one has been cut. This next one over has been cut. But if I take these 2 pieces up and put 2 new pieces down, that will work. Okay, we should do that.
We're driving down the boulevard, cruising with the windows down, feeling like we run this town. Your song is on the radio.
So today is a no makeup, sunscreen only kind of day. I showed up to the house and the electrician is here putting in the temporary pole. So the electrical company can come back out and put the electrical back on, the meter back onto this temporary pole that we have so that we can cut the window. Things, as long as things keep moving, I'm good. So this is our new contraption. This is temporary. This will not be staying, but we do need temporary power until we figure out a more permanent place to add more wattage, power the guest house as well. So today, I'm gonna finish this flooring. Problem solving 101. So this wall used to have a door on it. And obviously the door was probably not the same size as, you know, these boards that fit together. So what I'm encountering, I ended up getting to this point and this was already installed and there was a gap. And I was like, no gaps. So I was like, I'll just shift them all down and put the last one, you know, behind the molding, and then it'll all be super perfect. Still get to this point, obviously, still a gap. So what I'm gonna have to do is take off this trim and shift this one piece that's behind the trim out too. Threshold is basically blocking me from taking off the trim, and that's a whole situation. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, it's not one piece, you guys. It's not one piece, it's not one piece. I'm hot. I did it. I finished all of the wainscoting that I actually wanted to accomplish. So tomorrow, it's Monday. Tomorrow, the framers will be back. The electricians were here today. The electrical company's gonna come back and put the meter on tomorrow, I think, fingers crossed, you never know. And then the framers will be back tomorrow to finish those things. Now that that meter is gone, they can cut that hole, they can fix these little like tweaks that they need to do, and they can also do the guest bathroom storage in that hallway area. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, it's now Monday afternoon and no framers. The joys and the stresses of building. You kind of just have to learn to go with the flow. The framers couldn't get out here today. They needed some more guys or something happened, so they said tomorrow. But I did meet my contractor out here earlier this morning and we walked the property for the addition so that they can pour the slab. And we also walked through and marked with orange spray paint right there on the corners all of the little tweaks that the framers need to make when they get here. I'm going with the flow, you guys. But I'm very, very happy to see and start to see all of the new walls and the openings and stuff. It's just giving me life. So until next time, if you are not already caught up on all of the renovation videos, I have a complete playlist. You can catch up from the beginning, which is now 7 months ago that we bought this house. Crazy, it's been 7 months. We've done a lot. I look back and we have done so much. But also it's so amazing to have the extra help now so that we can really start to build and things can move a little faster. So if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you know when I upload every Sunday here and also over on my vlog channel every week as well. I'm gonna go home and rest today and wake up early in the morning and start working on some more projects, and hopefully they'll be here framing tomorrow, so that'll be really exciting. So I will see you guys again for another video next Sunday. Bye guys.